Hi Mel, it's great to be back with you for this Christmas episode of See, Hear, Love, and to talk about another barrier to moving out of poverty that people face. And it's a big one. It's safe, affordable housing, which is an epidemic issue in our society today, mainly because for decades we have not been building more affordable housing. At the same time as the number of people who need affordable housing has been growing exponentially because of the growth in income inequality. So we have more people trying to fit into less housing, and that is our challenge. And why think about that at Christmas time? Well, we know the Christmas story. Jesus was born into a family with Joseph and Mary that were homeless for the first few years of their lives as they fled Herod and tried to keep Jesus safe until it was time to go back to Nazareth. So our Savior, our God sent our Savior to be born into homelessness. Isn't that interesting? And what are we to do? It's such a big problem. Well, I'll refer to this gentleman as Jeremiah, but he has a lot to teach us because he had many barriers to finding housing, including a criminal record, and yet with support was able to find it through perseverance because he believed and he had support. And he had to go to 50 plus places, sometimes 5 a day, before someone would rent to him, and he could afford it with his financial supports. But he got there, and he's now advising us and sharing his thoughts about the barriers he sees in the system and what we can do to make a difference. And it's so great. There is hope and we can make a difference. So the first thing that we can do is all of us can do this. The need to build affordable housing is a massive public investment. Our politicians and our elected officials need to know that we support them in doing that. It's not an easy decision to make. And so I'd encourage you to become an informed advocate. Go to the blog, read up, understand the issues in your area, and let people know, your officials, that you support them in investing in increasing the amount of affordable housing. And then the second thing is kind of niche. So if you happen to be a person who has multiple properties and you rent some of them, I would invite you to consider renting 1 or 2 or whatever makes sense to a person who's experiencing homelessness in partnership with an agency at rent geared to income. So that's 30% of their income. If you do that, they'll have enough money left over after they pay your rent to buy nutritious food for their family, to take transit to work, to get a computer for their child if need be for education. They'll have a chance to punch their way out of the bag because you gave it to them. Now, it's sacrificial and you'll be giving up income, but if you do this, I guarantee you the impact will ripple through generations. So please consider this if this is you. We can all do this. And at this time of year, especially as we celebrate Christmas together with our families in our home for the holidays, what better thing could we do than to consider how we could help others who are homeless have a home for the holidays next year? Merry Christmas, and I'll see you in the new year.